Icon series.
Morning children. So in the previous class we have completed a lesson regarding what the old people thought about the earth was like. They believed it to be flat, then they proved it to be round. Galileo did some experiments, Copernicus was killed, isn't it? Then we started to go to the space and the moon, from where we took pictures. Even before that, Magellan went around the earth to prove that earth is round in shape. So now we have got an idea about the earth. Now, earth is very big, isn't it? It's so big. What we see on the earth is, if this board is the earth, if this board, the entire board is the earth, what we see around us is just this much, just a dot. Can you see this dot? Huh? So this is what we see on this earth. So if we want to study something about the earth, like where is some region located or something like that, if we have to study more about the earth, we have to go to that particular place, do all the things, and then only we can learn about it. Okay, so it's very difficult, isn't it? For example, we know India is located here. Where is America located? Is it possible for us to travel from India throughout the globe, earth, go to the place where America is, and then study about it? No, it's impossible, isn't it? So, because of this problem that we have made a small model of our earth. Okay, so a small model of earth, that is also spherical in shape. And it has all the features on the earth printed on that. Okay, so we have sent the satellites, we have gone to the air, atmosphere, into the space, from where we took detailed pictures of the world. And there are other ways also, like collecting the data. So we collected all the data about the surface of the earth, how the surface of the earth looks like, right? We gathered all this data and we printed all these on this small model. Okay, and this small model of the earth, which has all the details printed on that, is called a globe. So what do you mean by a globe? A globe is a small model of the earth. Okay, a globe is a small model of the earth on which we have printed all the features that we can find on this earth. Okay, then we can use globe for studying purpose also. For example, we know there is we believe if this is earth, there is an axis, isn't it? There is an axis that passes through the North Pole and the South Pole, isn't it? Okay, so the globe also is positioned in the same way. This is a North Pole, this is a South Pole, isn't it? Now, this globe is fixed in the same way as the earth is rotating. This is a base. Okay, so this is the axis, right? This is the axis, and the axis passes through North Pole and South Pole. Now, when we look from this side, we can see only this part of the earth. Now we can rotate it. Just like the earth rotates on its axis, we can rotate it, and this can be used for studying purpose also, how day and night is occurring, how day and nights are formed. Right now, to check the equator. So the equator passes through like this. Okay, the other latitudes also are there. Right, so it has all the latitudes marked on that, it has all the longitudes marked on that, and it also has all the features that we can find on the earth. Okay, so we know the earth rotates in which direction? In which direction does the earth rotate? From west to east. Isn't it? From west to east, the earth rotates on its axis, and it takes how much time? 24 hours to complete one rotation. Okay, and that is the time what we call as a 1 day. So what is 1 day? 1 day is the time taken by the earth to complete its rotation, one complete rotation on its axis. During this time, the earth receives light from the sun, and as it moves, this region will be day, and as it rotates, what happens? The other region which is behind this also will come front, and then that region also will have a day. Okay, so globe is a small model of earth which is fixed on its axis, so that we can rotate it to study how days and nights are also formed. And all the features that we can find on this earth, each and every feature that we find on this earth will be printed on this globe. Right? So we have seen a large amount of the earth's surface is made up of water, and there are some land areas also. All the land areas, all the water bodies, oceans, seas, everything will be printed on this globe. Okay, so it is almost in the same shape of the earth itself, so that we can understand how earth rotates, how the earth is shaped, which areas are found in which part of the world, everything. Okay, so in this way, a globe is an exact representation of the earth on a small scale. So what do we say? The globe is an exact representation of the earth on a small scale. Okay, so earth is very big, and the entire features on this big earth is brought into a small body, so that we can keep it in our hands, rotate it, move it, learn it, and study about it. Okay, so what do you mean by a globe? A globe is a small model of the earth, or we can say an exact representation of the earth with all its features on a smaller scale is called a globe. Okay, so what do you mean by a globe? A globe is a small model of the earth which has exact representations of all the features that we have on this earth. Right? Okay, now I'll show you a globe. Okay, see, let us look at this globe. See, some part of this globe is colored in a blue, and some part of that is colored in a brown, isn't it? See, closely look at this. Okay, I'll enlarge it and show you. Isn't it? Yeah, some part of that is colored in a blue, and some part of that is colored in a brown. Okay, so they are different representations actually, right? So the colors are representing something. Okay, now tell me, what will be that is represented in blue color, and what will be that is represented in brown color? Yeah, blue color is basically water bodies. Blue color, water bodies. And brown color, continents and land areas. Okay, so on the globe, what we have seen in the blue color actually are the water bodies. And what are the major water bodies that we have? Oceans and seas. Okay, so oceans and seas are the major water bodies that we have on this earth. Right? Now, what is an ocean? Yeah, ocean is a very vast or large water body. A very vast, large and deep water bodies are called oceans. So what is an ocean? An ocean is a large, vast and deep water bodies. Now we have 5 oceans. We have 5 oceans. They are the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Arctic Ocean, the Antarctic Ocean. Okay, so the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Arctic Ocean and the Antarctic Ocean. Right? So which are the 5 oceans that we have on this earth? The Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Arctic Ocean and the Antarctic Oceans. Now, which is the biggest among these 5 oceans? We said we have 5 oceans there. Okay, well and good. Now, which is the biggest ocean in this? Which is the biggest ocean? The Pacific Ocean is, there is one or other speciality for every ocean. So the Pacific Ocean is the biggest ocean. So which is the biggest ocean? The Pacific Ocean is the biggest ocean. Atlantic Ocean is the busiest ocean. Busiest ocean means what? It's very busy. See, when we check the globe, we can see here we have America and here we have Europe and Africa. The ocean that lies in between these two is the Atlantic Ocean. So there are always continuously ships are moving up and down different parts. Okay, so it is very busy with the ship channels over there. What is it busy with? Ship services. Okay, so we call it the busiest ocean in the world. Which is the busiest ocean in the world? Atlantic Ocean. Which is the biggest ocean in the world? Pacific Ocean. Now the Indian Ocean. Indian Ocean is the only ocean named after a country. Named after India. A country. Clear? The Indian Ocean is the name, or the only ocean which has the name of a country attached to that. The name of a country attached to that is a Indian Ocean. Okay. Now, Arctic Ocean is the smallest ocean. Arctic Ocean is the smallest ocean. See, when we draw the globe, imagine this is the Earth and this is the axis. We can see this region, we have an ocean here. Okay, and this ocean is the Arctic Ocean. So Arctic Ocean is a very small ocean that is near the Arctic region. We know Arctic Circle. Okay, you'll come to know that, don't worry. So Northern Pole. Okay, so the sea that is found around the Arctic region or the Northern Pole is known as the Arctic Ocean, and that is the smallest ocean. That is the smallest ocean. And now we have Antarctic Ocean. It is also known as Southern Ocean. Okay, that is near the South Pole. In South Pole, we have a continent here. Okay, we'll tell you that. This is Antarctica. Okay, that is Antarctica, a continent that is located at the southern part of the world. And here we have an ocean, and that is Antarctic Ocean. Okay, so these are the 5 oceans. The biggest ocean is the Pacific Ocean. Atlantic Ocean is the next one, which is known as the busiest ocean. Indian Ocean is the only ocean which is named after a country. Arctic Ocean is the smallest ocean which is located near the North Pole. And Antarctic Ocean is also known as the Southern Ocean, which is found around Antarctica. Got it? I'll read it again. Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean and Antarctic Ocean are the 5 oceans. Right? Pacific Ocean is known as the biggest ocean. It is the biggest ocean. Atlantic Ocean is known as the busiest ocean. Indian Ocean is known as Indian Ocean is the only ocean named after a country. Arctic Ocean is the smallest ocean. Then Antarctic Ocean is also known as a Southern Ocean. Clear? Now, we have another concept there, seas. Seas and oceans are the 2 major parts of the water bodies, isn't it? Seas and oceans, isn't it? Yes. So this we will discuss later. Now we will talk about seas. So imagine we have a globe here. Okay, and in that we have the continents also. Okay. Right? So let us think this shaded part is land. This is India actually. Okay, this is Africa. This is a American continent, which is seen only a part of that is seen here. Yeah, we need only that particular part. Don't worry. And here we have this Antarctica also. Okay. So as far as what we have seen just now about the oceans, we can say this is Arctic Ocean, this is Atlantic Ocean, this is Indian Ocean, and this is Antarctic Ocean. Okay, so this part actually forms this part actually forms the ocean. But when we check it over there is a smaller part, isn't it? Something is going in between these areas, no? So they are nothing else but this is the ocean part, and that is an extension of that. Okay, that is an extension of the ocean, or an additional part or a continuation of it. Okay, and that is located at the edge of the ocean. Okay, so this is ocean and it goes a bit deep into that. Okay, so such kind of water bodies are called seas. So seas are comparatively very smaller than the oceans. Seas are very smaller than oceans, and they are situated at the edges of these oceans. They are located at the edges of these oceans. Okay, so seas are nothing else but smaller salt water bodies which are located at the edges of oceans, just like a extension. For example, this one, I told you this is India. Okay, this is India. Now we have a water body in this part, isn't it? What is this water body? That is the Arabian Sea. What is that? The Arabian Sea. Even Bay of Bengal is a sea. Okay, here in between Africa and Asia, there is a small water body here. What do we call that? That is called the Red Sea. That is called the Red Sea. This water body which is in between Europe and Africa. This is Africa, this is Europe. Okay, so this is called Mediterranean Sea. Okay, see, this is Atlantic Ocean, and this is an extension of that. Okay, so they are usually found at the edges of the oceans. So smaller saltwater bodies usually found at the edges of oceans are known as seas. And the major seas, for example, what we can consider is Arabian Sea or Mediterranean Sea or Red Sea, these kinds of bodies. Okay, so both these oceans and seas are colored blue in the globe. Okay, so the blue colored part on a globe are actually both these oceans and seas. Clear? Now we need to think about these parts. Which are they? The brown colored patches that we can see on a globe is called the land mass areas or the continents. What are they? The land mass areas or the continents on the earth are shown in brown color. Okay, so what is shown in brown color on the earth? The land mass areas or the continents. Now, how many continents are there? Got this concept, isn't it? Yeah, I'll rub it off. So what is a land continent? The huge land mass that are found in between the water bodies are called the continents. Okay, we have 7 continents. Okay, we have 7 continents, and they are Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Europe, Antarctica, and Australia. So which are the 7 continents that we have on this earth? Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Europe, Antarctica, and Australia. Okay, so these 7 continents are the brown colored masses, land masses that we can see on a globe. Right? So these 7 continents are what we can see in a brown color on the globe. Okay, now Asia is the biggest continent. Asia is the biggest continent, and India actually lies in Asia. India actually lies in the Asian continent. Okay, then Africa is the hottest continent. Africa is the hottest continent. We even have a Sahara desert there. We even have a Sahara desert there. Where? In Africa. Whereas Antarctica is the coldest continent. Antarctica is the coldest continent. The entire land there is covered with very thick, it can be even equal to that of 1 or 2 buildings. Okay, such thickness, such thick layer of ice. We cannot see the soil there. We cannot see soil there. The soil is covered by a very thick sheet of ice there. Where? In Antarctica. So, when we look at Antarctica, it is seen in a white color. Why? Snow is white in color. Snow is white in color, na? Yeah. So, as snow is white in color, and as Antarctica is covered under a thick layer of ice, we always see Antarctica in white color, and we call it white continent. What do we call? White continent. Why Antarctica is known as the white continent? Yeah, Antarctica is known as the white continent because the Antarctica is covered with a thick layer of ice, which is white in color, and human beings cannot live there. We cannot live there, and that is a continent where there are no human beings. Yeah, during the slight summer, very slight summer they have, then we will go there for some experiments and all. There are no human beings living there continuously throughout the year. Okay, it's impossible to live in Antarctica. And Australia is the smallest continent. Right? So, Asia is the biggest continent, Africa is the hottest continent, then Antarctica is the coldest continent, and Australia is the smallest continent. Clear? So, the blue and brown colored areas on the globe are oceans and seas in blue color and land areas in brown color. Okay, so the oceans are Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean and Antarctic Ocean. The land areas are the continents Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Europe, Antarctica and Australia. Clear? So now we have seen that the globe is a spherical representation of the features of the earth. Okay, representation of the features of the earth on a spherical body. Earth is very big in size, so we make a small model of it with an axis, and that is set up on a stand so that we can easily understand the structure, the movements of the earth, isn't it? So if it is a globe, we will have the representations of the land, yeah, just like this. Okay, this is Antarctica, and here we will have a small portion of Australia and the Greenland island. Okay, so the biggest problem with this are two. One, we cannot see the entire part of the earth at a time. Two, its shape doesn't help us to carry it to different places. Okay, it's a bit difficult to carry a globe from one place to another. So what we have made is, we have made a flatter representation. Okay, this is converted into a flatter representation. So we have Africa as a continent, then you have India, the other part of it, and the entire region. Here we have the Red Sea, then the Mediterranean Sea, okay, the European part. Right? Here we have a just like an American continent. Then this is Antarctica and Australia with the New Zealand islands. Okay, here we have Greenland also. So nothing changes. This is spherical in shape, just almost in the shape of the earth is, and this is a flatter one. Okay, on a flat body. If the representations are on a spherical body, then that is known as a globe, and if it is on a flat body, that is known as a map. So the advantage of map is that if you want only the map of Africa, we can make only the map of Africa. If you want to make the map of India, we can make the map of India. But on the globe, it will be all together. Entire earth will be there on the globe. Okay, the entire earth will be there on the globe, but when it comes to maps, we can use either the entire map. If the entire globe is printed on this, that is called a world map. Okay, if only India is printed as a map, then we call it a map of India or the India map. India map. Clear? Now, if we have to understand this globe or this map, we need to know one thing, that is directions. What should we understand? We should understand directions. So what are the directions? There are 4 directions. Okay, so here we have a North Pole, South Pole, isn't it? On the globe, on the earth, we have North Pole and South Pole. So this part of the map is north, this is south. We know Antarctica is at the south, Atlantic Ocean is known as a southern ocean. We have a equator, this is southern hemisphere, this is northern hemisphere, isn't it? Huh? Okay, so this is the north and this is the south. And when I look at this, on top is the north, bottom is the south, and my right hand is the east, and my left hand is the west. Understand? The top is the north, bottom is the south. On my right I have east, on my west we have on my left we have west. Right? And These directions are very much helpful to understand locations. We can say Africa is at the west of India, or India is at the east of Africa. Okay, American continent lies at the east of African continent. Antarctica lies on the south of the globe. Arctic Ocean is located at the north. Okay, so this east, west, north, south, these four directions are mostly used for locating different places on this earth. Okay, so this is the lesson part, and in the next class we will deal with the activities, question answers and other things of this lesson. So till then, take care.